Welcome back for the exciting conclusion of the Project Zomboid van down by the river series. I've tried to do this intro a few times, but the van keeps, or like either my van is destroyed due to my own issues. We did have the van act up once. It's a temperamental creature, the van. But yeah, here is the interior of our amazing van. We have lots of shotgun shells out of the van. I should probably get the rest of the shotgun shells out of the van because the van keeps like stalling on me and I am afraid that it will die out. So I wanted to just like take a moment to enjoy our van, our river, and appreciate them because I don't think we're going to be able to get back into Westpoint at all. Like, zombie spawns are just really high. I guess that is to say that a lot of this series like was me kind of exploring a lot of new mods and settings that I hadn't done in a while. And I did truly want to do some more Zomboid. So, like, I did get a good idea for a video while we were at it. Like, I did HordeNight. And I may even do that on here because I've tweaked the settings a lot over the last few days. But I just thought it was good fun to try out this RV interior mod. And I thought it deserved, like, a little bit more, I don't know, like, visibility or something like that. I know sometimes people ask for, like, the mod list, so I tried to put up the mod list underneath the video. I would also be remiss if I didn't say that Dwarf Fortress is being released in a week for Steam, so I'm, like, extremely excited about that. And, oh, foraging. We'll do some foraging in a moment. But yeah, Dwarf Fortress is being released in, like, 1 week, and I know that's pretty much going to be my entire schedule. So I know that a lot of the people here are into Dwarf Fortress too because it's of like the simulation survival game ilk. But yeah, that should be exciting. I should kind of wrap up this though. So I feel like that on the one hand, like while we did manage to get most of the stuff that I wanted, like we got some last defense area, I also kind of feel like Louisville is just going to be huge to tackle. Though I think it would be exciting if we at least threw myself and the van at Louisville in order to be like absorbed into Louisville. And by that, of course, I mean die. Though that's not going to be my intent on the way to Louisville. I will simply become one with Louisville. However, yeah, getting in for one, hopefully we can get the van to Louisville because so far we haven't been able to get the van there. And the pharmacy like basically just doesn't have beta blockers. You can, to a certain extent, test out the, like, the spawns in these worlds. However, I don't really want to, like, go walk around in the world and, like, just test everything because it's often just left up to me. So, like, 2 or 3 videos into the series, I find, like, oh, like, I actually overdid the spawns in some way or another way. And since I haven't done Zomboid in about a year, like, yeah, like, I just kind of calibrated some of it wrong. I feel like. And it's like, it's a little dissatisfying to leave things on that note. But at the same time also, too, this van, I should probably tell you about the van before we leave the van. I mean, it is probably more important than my life in this series, so there is that. Engine at 18%. I mean, I think that this is fantastic condition. Oh, God. Any plans on doing Dwarf Fortress? Not going to be going back to the old style of videos just because of the way that series kind of go on YouTube. The only kind of serialized content I still have plans to do anymore because I do like serialized content. And as an individual, there are series that I like. However, that being said, there's just so many ideas I want to get to. And also, too, I'd be lying if I didn't say part of it was just, like, I've noticed over the last few years that just keeping up with YouTube, like, serialized stuff tends to kind of, I feel like it messes with your channel. So that's why I leave them for the VOD channel, because the VOD channel is just sort of like where I put everything that I love to do. And I kind of do it my way that I love it. On the main channel, it's kind of like my baby, you know? Like, I value the things that I create over there as something more than just gameplay. So I think for Dwarf Fortress, if we do it on the main channel, it's going to be a one-off video. But that will probably be after like a lot of fun having on the VOD. I just hit another car. The fog did it, of course. But yeah, I think that's how we'll do it. I've kind of considered like, you know the way that Charborg has his other channel, Churberg? like where he took out the vowels from it. I do like the way that he does it, and if I had like an editing agency or something like that, or somebody I like really could work intimately with, which I've... Did we stall already? Hang on a second. We may need to take a momentary van stop. We may need to stop at the van store. Hang on a second. Only because the van keeps stalling, and if I need to take like a momentary Bible reading or something like that, we might have to do that. Just in order to make sure that the van is in tip-top shape. Because as you know, the van is probably more important. Like, car insurance is greater than healthcare as far as this playthrough is concerned, you know? Whew. But yeah, that's how I'd probably do that. I don't really have any plans on doing the videos the old way. To be completely honest with you, the reason why I stopped doing them that way is because just like I could make a video in about 24 hours back then. But I didn't really feel like it had lasting... Like, I didn't enjoy my own stuff. Now, if I wait a few months and then I watch one of my own videos, I do actually enjoy it. Like, it's hard to get to that point with your own stuff where you can actually, like, sit back and relax and enjoy it. But the older stuff that was serialized, I felt like it was too much of me talking, and I didn't really feel like that there was enough focus on, like, film and cinematics. And that's the reason why I stopped making stuff in that way. I felt like that its interest or its entertainment value to me lasted for about a day. I know it's a little cringe to, like, talk about your own videos in this way, like, how it is, but, yeah, like, I kind of obsess over it in the same way that you would over, like, your writing in school, I guess. To me, that's what this, that one is. But, yeah. Oh, I don't mean, like, too much talking. I mean, like, too many clips of myself talking edited together that, like, it annoys me. Maybe it's that I'm annoyed by hearing the sound of my own voice. Or at least in those videos, which I had done for, like... I think I had done that for about a year. But yeah, that's the main reason I don't make videos like that anymore. But also, too, like, it can just feel like a race to make videos that way. Like, I'm going to make something today, or you make one every 48 hours or so, and you just don't really feel like that it lasts in its impact. And you always feel like, man, I wish I could make something more interesting that lasted longer, like a bigger wave. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Logan Paul's editor. What's that guy's name? Yeah, he's got a channel, but he's like a really interesting dude to listen to. He talks about how he edited like the Charizard card video, which you probably know about. Okay, our engine is like... I think I'm just going to take it slow at a van pace. At like a van store pace. Yeah, the key has just like fallen out of the ignition again. The key is just like, nah, I didn't enjoy it in there. Are you the only one who perceives me? Perhaps not. Glasses boy over here did too. But I think that these are the only two. Yes. This is sensible. Alyssa V, thank you very much for the sub. We've got 2 takers. Hang on a second. How many are there? Is it just you 2? Nope. There are many available around here. I guess we're going to have to get over here again. Yes, for an exciting Bible reading from the book of Project Zomboid. But here we are. Maybe we could go live out like Nature Boy, you know? Ah, there we are. Yes, take a knee. Take a knee. Yep, this van is toast. Goodbye, van. I loved you, but now I'm just going to live out as Nature Boy. I'm going out like Tom Joad into the woods at the end of the Grapes of Wrath. That van was no more, guys. That van was no more. I'm Nature Boy now. I had everything. Van, river, and all. Oh, amazing. The van has somehow been repaired. And we are in Louisville. The van must have been abducted by aliens or something. You know me, I didn't really want to leave... Wait a second. I'm not able to get through this with the van? Oh, I actually am going to need to abandon the van. Wait a second. This is actually quite sad news to me. That is surprising. Okay, well, I guess spiritually, me and the van did kind of need to separate. Can I just pick one of these things up, though? Is that, like, available? Yeah, I might just be able to pick that up. In which case, we do actually have to have a very exciting stand right now. I suppose all that is to say, the reason I did all that complaining before was just because I do find that when these series go on for a while, like, I tend to need to... Like, there are a lot of realities that come up in the Steam reviews, the negative Steam reviews about Project Zomboid, and I don't think I need to convince you that I like this game. So I will just say that there are a number of things about this game that I do find frustrating, and I've always found frustrating. But that being said, they do kind of tend to come up, and when you're playing them as a player, you just kind of bash your head against a wall for a while. But when I play them as a video creator, they do kind of become like game-breaking at times. Like right now, for example, I'm probably going to need to spend like a few minutes running around in circles just to get this done. And hopefully there aren't any more zombies in the area. Like, this is the reason I had 5 boxes of shotgun shells. But, I mean, it is a little bit... It does kind of take me out of the immersion when... And that's much of the reason why I play this, is like for atmosphere, and you're getting like kind of my real opinion on the game. But also, to keep in mind that if you got frustrated with this, you just would have stopped playing, and you probably just would have played with some friends. But it is, like, it is frustrating when a minor roadblock costs me 5 boxes of shotgun shells, and, like, I need to go through all of that. And, like, practically that's an entire video right there. Anyway, that's kind of like my philosophy on that, and that's why I mysteriously repaired... I mean, had aliens repair the van, but yeah, I didn't really want to, like, leave that or just be running around in the woods for a few more videos. Really, to me, what makes for an exciting, like, series is when the tension remains constant for the entire time. Like, that's why I thought that the kind of stand that we had there when we were in, like, the police station was a very cool, organic moment. And I was actually, like, I was really into it then. Because what was I going to say? Like, I had never actually seen pathfinding work out that organically and well in Zomboid. It often just feels either, like, cheap or, like, I don't know, like overpowered. You know what I mean? Like, I built a lot of walls in a video, but they just started bashing down the walls, and they didn't go for, like, my obvious entrances. So, yeah, that is to say that I feel like that the pathfinding in this game, like, could still use a little bit of an overhaul at times, because, like, why do zombies bang their heads on windows when I'm right over here? Little stuff like that that I can kind of tell where there's, like, coding going on that doesn't really seem very zombie-like. But that is to say, I'm starting to run into more of them as I run this series on, and that kind of tends to happen to me with any type of long series, so... yeah, like a little bit of explanation there. But I still want to see if we can get something cool to happen. So a lot of... That is to say that a lot of what I find myself doing in these kinds of series... I can't remember. I think it was Glock9 was talking about this at the end of one of his 7 Days to Die things once. He has some really interesting, neat ideas and just, like, opinions on this type of thing. He did kind of, like, just come out of the game once, and he was like, this game is broken in some ways. Okay, like, here, this is actually somewhat bearable. Like, we were able to get the roadblocks out of the way, and, like, in a decent amount of time. But, like, I feel like, come on, like, a van should be able to bust through a couple of roadblocks, right? You know? Little stuff like that, you know, like a TV can't get. So that's why, that's one of the reasons I did take a year off from Zomboid. But it is good to be back. And again, the main reason I come back to this game time after time is its amazing atmosphere, which I do think we got a lot of good atmosphere in this run. But there we are. Good. Okay, that's placed. Oops. I think we can get back into the amazing van. But a little bit of that's to say also too, like, I'm looking forward to over the next couple of months just exploring some new games. Like, I'm really excited for Dwarf Fortress. Because it's a game that I don't see its flaws. I don't understand its flaws yet because I haven't played it in years. Like, I played Dwarf Fortress before I played RimWorld, and I played RimWorld back in 2017. That's not to say that I've played anywhere near as much of it. Like, I gave up on it after, I would say... Whoops, there we go. I think I gave up on Dwarf Fortress after about 10 hours. Because I was just like, okay, they're making a Steam version. Like, I'm probably better off learning that. Well, we can continue to see the... Oh, no, the Kenshi dog arc was just one video. I might go back to Kenshi though. Yeah, I don't know. That is to say that like the VOD channel is a lot of me kind of just exploring stuff that that I just kind of like to play. Just kind of like pretty much just to veg out on, I suppose. There we go. Aside from like the games that I get addicted to, like I realize this about myself, that I am violently addicted to video games, and this is the reason why I do this for a living. Like the other night I played 5 hours of NFL Street 2. Like 5 hours, guys. It was very late, and I was just like, geez, this is not healthy. Maybe we could find some beta blockers here. Actually, this is one of the rather good areas to look in Westpoint. Don't you guys remember NFL Street 2? Hey, it's Jadziax. How are you doing? Did you see what they raised for the campaign? That was crazy. Thanks again for, thanks again for... Well, actually, the colony was, like, in a pretty good state when you left it to me, although I just, like, have poor executive functioning skills. Yeah, no, like, I left it to Italics in a pretty horrible state. But, yeah, thank you for, like, actually taking good care of it. I apologize if Italics... Well, he didn't have to do a handout to you, or handoff to you. But, man, look at all the military zombies we're getting. Yes, it was quite good. But the event was good, and, like, just, I don't know, you and your whole community, like, actually started us off with, like, some pretty good moment. Like, everything was kind of falling apart when I was done with it in my turn, so... But, yeah, thank you for that. Oh, wait, we actually just got... She just sent a raid. Sorry about that. Like, we had a, Hang on a second. Let me just give you a quick shout out. Guys, go check out Jad's because she was just like awesome at the Rimworld event. Oh, wait a second. Do you have any weird capital letters in your name? No, you're good. You capitalized the first. I pity anyone trying to spell my name. Hope your guys' Rimworld colony is going pretty well. I mean, like pretty well. Like you did kind of drop an EMP shell before on my base or on those people. And I may or may not have... well, I spent most of the time just talking about fundraising rather than actually playing the game. I did kind of regret that. Like, I saw other people kind of playing the game more. I'm like, next year I should probably do that. Man, look at all the good spawns we got here on these guys. This is going to be great. Hey, the Money Man. Thank you very much for the $10 and Mousetrap. Either way, hope your guys' stream went well. Apologies for that. We were having a gamer moment. Talking about being addicted to NFL Street, which is, of course, an amazing game. But yeah, that did... I realized that, like, in my own life, and I'm not sure if this is true with you guys, I always need to be addicted to some game. Like, for me, it was Teamfight Tactics a while back. Or now it's become Slay the Spire. But before that, it was Magic the Gathering. I'm just trying to find an addictive substance that's, like, not going to destroy my entire life in some way. Like, I have friendships that have been destroyed over these things. Or, like, friendships that have been made over them, too. The one I really like about Paper Magic is that it actually, like, gets me out somewhere playing a game. But Paper Magic can get kind of pricey, too. But, yeah, that's where we're at with it. Unless, of course, if I get the WotC sponsorship someday, maybe. Most of my friends are horribly addicted to roguelite deck builders as well. But yeah, that's where we're at. No, I think that the event went pretty well. I'm excited. I'm excited with how it turned out. I'm excited to do it again. Hopefully they'll have us back despite the number of 42069 donations we got, that they won't deem that was inappropriate for the front page of Twitch or anything like that. Yeah, no, otherwise I thought it went really well. But it did get people donating, you know, like declaring that you're going to donate. If you weren't at the Rimworld Hot Potato event, this is just making no sense to you, but like it probably just sounds really weird and bizarre. But yeah, had to be there, I guess. But I'm glad that we legitimately hit the goal. I thought it was a good time. Yeah, where else are we at? I suppose before it was like getting back on like the violently addicted to video games thing. I suppose that before it all began, it was probably like The Binding of Isaac. Risk of Rain is another one. People tell me this. I try to nowadays train myself to just spend one video with a game. Like, I truly enjoy the way that Northern Lion does it, where he will spend, like, a few days with the game getting to know it. Ooh, look, we got a chest rig. Man, there's a lot of good gear that we have here. Like, before we get into the whole city. Which we'll probably need. This will reduce encumbrance a lot. 40 years. Well, actually, it is a little bit in my blood. Like, I've often wondered about that, if I am predisposed to addiction. Like, there are alcoholics in my family, and I'm just like, this could be a leftover from that. Like, I did sort of make a living from it, though, you know, of being violently addicted to video games. So there is that one half, but then there's also the half of me that enjoys, like, writing and stuff like that, you know, storytelling and whatnot. Do we have any more shotgun ammo in here? Otherwise, I'm going to get the Bushmaster. Everyone thinks that the Bushmaster has a funny name. I truly agree with you. It is a very funny name for a gun. I don't know why they would name that. It's like, of all the names that you could have picked, that wouldn't have been the number one on my list. But yeah, that's where we're at. But yeah, one thing that I've found is that a lot of those games aren't really fun to watch. It's kind of like, you know, or for example, like my cousin and probably a lot of you guys play a lot of like an FPS game like Apex Legends or something like that. Really, I don't find those games very much fun to watch. Like, I find indie games more fun to watch. So a lot of it is just like that for me. But anyway, it is quite good to be able to get back to games that I can really sink my teeth into, like RimWorld and Zomboid. Ooh, we're finding some really good armor back here now. Balaclava mask again. That's quite good. I think we already have on one of these things. Let's see if we can just get another one. Because I'm pretty sure ours is in horrible condition. There we are. Good. Modlist for this playthrough is on the YouTube VODs. I didn't bother posting it on Twitch. I'm sorry about that. I've just been pointing everybody to YouTube. Pretty much. This one looks cool. It should be on the van down by the river playlist. Just because Twitch, it's a little inconvenient to post it in one place. So I do apologize for that. Here we go. Okay, this is actually slightly better, though. Why is it so much better? Did we ever get on the original one? No, it's just like as if it never equipped at all. Oh, there it is on the ground. How did it get onto the ground? This is a mystery, even to me. It's not gonna soil you. It's not gonna soil you. That's fine. I do like the way that they've been adding these 3D models in there. That's nice. Yeah, that one was wearing pink lingerie beneath like tactical gear. I think that's like. I think that's straight bussin'. I would probably have to say of all the options of things I could say about that's what that one is. Okay, we've got some. Let's just take out the M16. I'm not going to take out the Bushmaster because you're children and you can't handle it. You can't handle the responsibility of the Bushmaster. It does appear as if we've cleared out all of the zombies in this area, though. Let's check for other ammunition. Is there anything besides just, like, tactical vests in this area? As stylish and interesting as tactical vests are, I guess it was just people dressed up in military attire and pink lingerie. That's very exciting. Let's just change out all of our gear because you know it's probably in bed. Oh, no, it was in good condition. Never mind. Anyway, that is Brita. Brita's mod. I think I used to say Brita because I didn't want it to sound like Brita, but then I think it was just Brita. I think he just went by that moniker. I have no idea. I've never actually confirmed this. But I think it's funny. A funny name nonetheless. Text. Ooh, hood on. Wait a second. We can have on a ghillie suit with this. This is news to me. And actually, this is quite good. I didn't know that, I didn't know that they had done this with Brita. That's quite good. Wow. That's pretty cool. You know, this is reminding me of DayZ, because I mean, the whole reason I make these videos is because of Frankie on PC in the first place. who did actually come back. A lot of people were telling me that Frankie was coming back, and I had my doubts. And then he came back, and I was amazed. We were all amazed. Hang on a second. This has capacity of 10. How much does this have capacity of? 10. So this is pretty much exactly the same thing. However, that being said, it bothered me in Zomboid how the ghillie suit basically has no function, but this is kind of neat. I personally like it in DayZ how you do actually kind of fit in with the environment when you wear these things. Defender 2 armor, that's much better. Like, Brita's is just so essential in this game. Although I am getting, like, weighed down by all of this gear. 12.78 out of 12. It would be nice in this game if you didn't... I guess I just have to get stronger. It would be nice if you could carry every gun in the game at once. You know what I mean? I'm just spouting nonsense. Here I go. Okay, let's put all of this stuff in our backpack. Maybe if I weren't carrying all these extra magazines on me. There we go. Back down underneath the weight. I mean, the fireman's helmet is kind of making it all look great together, I gotta say. I think it's just boonie hats over here, though, right? Gas mask. Nah. It's just so neat whenever you encounter one of these military areas, though. And you see all of the incredible gear that they've put into one of these mods. Capacity 49. That's much better, though. Oh, wait. That's a backpack. Never mind. Is that better than the one I've got? 35, 85. That is better. Okay, then let's put ours on the ground. Sheesh. Jeez. We do actually have like a tactical helmet here, so we don't have to keep wearing around a fireman's helmet. That is exciting news indeed. There we go. Look at me go! I have on a Jason mask and a firefighter helmet. I gotta say, it is a little bizarre sometimes in Zomboid how, like, the best gear is full fireman's apparel. So there is that. Goodbye, large backpack. You don't matter. You ain't nothing, large backpack. Ah. That's good. That's good stuff. 12.9. Okay, there we go. Now, with our tactical gear... Jeez Louise. Is there another one over here? And we have an Alice pack over here. I love Alice pack because it brings together, like, a nice girl name and like a backpack at the same time. 11.07. Nope. You know, I'm going to stay with my compact one. There we are. Like, who would think that a backpack would be named Alice, right? I wonder why they call it Alice. It's probably somebody's last name was Alice. Pullable wagon would be cool, or a wheelbarrow. Yeah, there have been so many ideas that I've thought of, but I think most of them have been incorporated into mods now. Like, I think somebody made a skateboard mod. God damn it! You know, like it's incredible all the things that people have added in. Let's go ahead and insert 30 bullets. I'm going to start adding bullets into all these magazines, just because I think once we get into the city, we won't have any time to think of any of this stuff. So let's just get a lot of mags ready right now. 3 mags. And then we will throw ourselves at Louisville and most probably die. Where is another one? 33. Oh, one of them's already inserted. My bad. Okay, insert 2 bullets into magazine. And there we go. Amazing. Let's put that in there. And we don't actually have a melee weapon, but we'll just live with that. It is 8:50 p.m., but I mean, we do have the street lights on. I think it would be very exciting to just do this. I'm trying to decide if I should stay here. I guess what I should say is this. Like, in regard to all the stuff that I said before, is this. There is a slow way to play Project Zomboid, in which case I would be standing here looting and doing push-ups for the next, like, 2 weeks. Like, I think that's really the right way to play this game. Although, I find that it doesn't really make for very good video content. So what I might start to explore in the future... Look at you just noom right out of that. Ooh, look at this. What I might start to do is just up my XP boost multipliers so that I get fitness faster and stuff like that. Because I do like Zomboid, but I like, when I'm watching a video, it not to take 50 years for the person to reach the place where they're trying to go. You know what I mean? Like, I have seen series like that mostly with stuff like RimWorld, because RimWorld colonies work in a similar way. But I do find it works like that. At the risk of course, sounding like Alice, you know, of course. Yeah, XP is too slow. It's too slow for single player. Or, like I said, I find it's a game that tends to be very meditative. And the reason why I did do Zomboid at the beginning was I didn't really have much motivation to play it as a single player. And I think that this is really a problem with the game that they could address in some way. Is that a lot of people give up before they get into the really cool stuff of the game. Or they need to go to mods. And I think that... And, you know, I think this is me speaking as a player again. But, I don't know, coming back after, like, a year or so. Man, look at me go. I'm all, like, tactical. I didn't expect that we would get here. This is actually quite badass. Look at me. They did a really good job. Like, they keep updating Brita. This is so good. I mean, to me, it's amazing how much is added to by the mods for this game. Though I guess that is to say that RimWorld is a lot like that, too. What was I saying, though? But yeah, this is one of the reasons I made a channel in the first place, was because I had this and other games in my Steam library where I was just like, I don't really think... Like, I don't have much motivation to play this as a player. And I got so much momentary, like, dopamine, or whatever you would call it, from playing stuff like Binding of Isaac, or like roguelikes. Oops. That was almost bad. When I played them on my own, but games like Zomboid, which really had like no sense of accomplishment after you accomplished, well, any objective, I was like, this seems like a really cool game, but I don't really have much reason to play it. So for me, a lot of the reason why I made videos was because I was just like, if I've made a video, it kind of feels like I've got a result at the end of it, you know? And that was, Zomboid was one of the first games that I played on my channel way back when, in like 2017 when I started the channel. But yeah, I think that it's very fun for video creators, but I sometimes question whether it's as much fun for players. Because it does it checks all those boxes for what video creators like to see in a game, like massive open world, it's really interesting. I think Spiff did a video about this on RimWorld, and like why the game pretty much markets itself. Not to sound like all grimy about that, like marketing games and whatnot. But I hadn't even really thought of any of that back when I started the channel. I was just like, I'm just going to do this for a fun hobby. Maybe it'll help me with my speaking skills, like, yeah. But I don't know, like, just kind of reflecting on what the whole experience has been of maining this game. That's kind of been it. I'm really thankful, though, that a lot of, like, patient people who enjoy getting immersed in a game still follow this channel. Like, I put out the Zomboid video recently, and I was like, nah, my audience has changed so much over the years. Like, no, like, a lot of people really are interested in kind of sitting down and sinking their teeth into this game. I'm kind of liking just going through this whole, like, maybe there is, like, a fitting lead up to the city. This has just such good ASMR, this gun. I do really, like, I find it oddly satisfying. That sounds a little sadistic. Like, I enjoy the sounds of gunfire, but... Yeah, there's even a bicycle mod. 1,800 hours played. See, I feel like multiplayer does provide that motivation a bit, but then once, like, a friend dies, you know, that's all she wrote. Or we would just kind of like tag out when we died in multiplayer. But people, I mean, that was a moment where I was sad. Like, I remember I ran a server, and when players' characters would die, they would just kind of give up, and that's how you lose your new players to the game. You know what I don't have turned on right now? I'm just going to turn this on. I don't have isometric cursor turned on. Anyway, I guess that this video has kind of like turned into a half hour of AA talking about the good old days with Project Zomboid and like reminiscing on stuff. Here we go. Pan camera while driving. I do like that. Texture compression. I don't have on my show cursor while aiming. Apply. That might be the ISO cursor. Nope, that's not it. What is the ISO cursor? Lock cursor to window. Where is it? Texture compression, simple weapon textures. Where is it? Does anyone remember what the name of the texture is? The more I talk and reminisce about anything, the more I enjoy. Yeah, I suppose that is to say it's a little funny to come on strong with that. Show cursor, aim outlining, range. Which one is it? Which one is it? Then maybe you guys enjoy it as much as me. Clock display, large. I like the old clock, I gotta say. I really do enjoy the old clock. I wish they would go back to the old digital text. But maybe that's just me. Cursor. ISO visibility. Thank you. Thank you. I wonder what percentage. What percentage? I like it when things are like slightly translucent. I think that that's very exciting. So I'm going to just put it at 10%. Oh, that is quite good. I am enjoying the translucence of the cursor. Translucent, which means that I can partly see through it, but not transparent, because transparent, I could completely see through it. Very exciting that it's transparent. I mean, translucent, of course, which it is translucent. This is not so much straight busing, though. All right, I'll stop saying that. With all this Gen Z terminology. You know what I mean, though. You know what I mean. Favorite gaming experience is burning my leg and having to stay home and do squats while the boys went on missions for like 2 in-game weeks. Yeah, I find often, too, that's actually a pretty fair assessment, is that sometimes the enjoyment of the game is, like, determined. And oftentimes I find that if I preserve for myself time like this to play a game single player, that's where the best stories come out of it. That's the reason why I like the kind of story time vibe on a lot of the videos, is it lets me kind of like distill the experience of, like you said, you know, like breaking your leg and then you had to stay inside and play video games for like 2 months or something like that. Or for me, that's what it was for me. Like, I think I broke my leg when I was on crutches for like 6 weeks when I was in high school. And it was a very, like, poignant time for me because I did a lot of gaming because I was stuck inside. But to me, it was, like, very important gaming because, you know, like, so, there are moments when that are pregnant with meaning and when you are, like, open and ready for an existential thought. Or, like, maybe that sounds a bit obnoxious, but, like, something like deeper or higher or more philosophical might hit you when you're doing something very much when you enter a flow state like gaming. Like, I often find playing roguelikes lets me kind of parse or, like, digest a lot of the things that I've gone over, feelings that I've had in the day about anything. Like, for example, I made the Gerald Williams series in Project Zomboid when I had been... Ooh, look at the camera is panning automatically on its own. I actually had not even experienced the joys of this setting yet. Wow, this is even different. I thought that meant only with the right-click thing, but this is straight busing. I mean, you might even say that it was RVing, because of course, we're in an RV, which is also equally amazing. Talking about inside of PC. I thought you meant in real life you burned your leg. Sorry, people bring me like these very intense moments from their lives, oftentimes with something medical when they come to my channel, like I was hospitalized for weeks and then I watched your videos. So I thought that you meant in real life. My bad. Haha, that's so funny. But yeah, also too, you could like you could have burned your leg in real life. And then you could also experience solidarity with the character because you could burn your leg in the game and be like, this is what my life is like right now. I've burned my leg and I have to watch VHS tapes for months and defend my home. Like, that could be a valid scenario in Zomboid. But as I was saying with the Gerald Williams stuff, though, like, the concept of ownership and DRM in games was very interesting to me at the time. And I was thinking, like, what do I actually own of my gaming experiences? And I think, to me, like, that series will always live on as the memory of what I have in it. I don't have that save file anymore. Maybe it is somewhere on my computer. But to me, what lives with me is the feelings and thoughts that survived around it. And to me, I don't know, I guess that's what I wanted to channel in a YouTube channel, and that's... to be able to share that in some way with you, or whatever it meant to you as you interpreted it. That I appreciate that. It is troubling me that we are missing some of these, though I guess Benedict Huffington McCringleberry is not, like... is maybe not so prepared for this firefight as we thought he was. You could burn your... It could have been on a George Foreman grill, possibly. Perhaps that was how it was burned. Hopefully you didn't do this to yourself. I would like you to insert the bullets into the magazine without me having to directly ask you. Should have done it... Well, I mean, the truth is that... I don't know. I don't really feel like, at this point... Yeah, doing it in daylight with beta blockers would have been good, but also, too, like, that's just... We're kind of on the last leg here. We'll see if we can make it into Louisville. But it probably would have taken me, like, a lot of running around whatever town it was with that. Though maybe waiting till daylight would be better. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Though it's cool to be in this place, like, lit up. I am getting to that immersion. Though I think also, too, like, to be fair, a lot of it, we hadn't played Zomboid in a while, and I was just going to have one series that was kind of like me figuring out a lot of the new settings again. So, yeah. Fair. Would have been good with beta blockers in daylight, but also, too. Ignore this series and watch the next one. I don't know. I don't really know what I'll have to say. Yeah, that was one thing that drove me away from the game for a while, though. Is like you find yourself constantly trying to make it exciting and interesting, and oftentimes that does involve you just like kind of running around away from hordes. Here we go. Though the one thing that I am quite thankful for, though, is that this game got out ever since 2017. This game really had a very niche appeal, like extremely niche. And I do think it got out to like a mainstream crowd. And I think, well, a lot of that was due to the multiplayer. I don't like to pat myself on the back too much for some of this stuff. And there have been a lot of amazing content creators, hundreds of people. But we do still have the most viewed Zomboid video, and I know that video has kind of taken on a life unto itself. And I'm thankful as heck that people have... That at least something that I was able to create got out to a major community like that, and got people to appreciate a more, like, patient gaming experience. And to me, and I will not dwarf the credits of other... I think a lot of other amazing people have done that. But I'm grateful that I was at least able to play a small part in that. And again, mine is a very small sport. If you ever see the Project Zomboid, like, player counts, I don't know. That is to say, it is dear to me. It is dear to me in other ways, this game. All right, we are about to run the RV into a very regrettable location. But what I'm wondering personally is, if we keep going up this road, then we get to the Army surplus store, which is, you may know, where the Army is located. Solus in doing archery in Valheim without the some of my truths doing that. Yeah, like, I don't know what it is. I kind of felt more like, I think this is one reason why Minecraft resonates with a lot of people, because Minecraft is very atmospheric. But that's it. The Project Zomboid staying in one house video. That's a video, I don't even understand why that video got promoted as much as it did by YouTube. Like... I still don't to this day. It's bizarre. But yeah, that's where we're at. That is to say, this is a lot of cringe stuff that I don't really talk about on the main channel, but I do think about, you know? Like, it is kind of in the back there. Like, I wonder, like, can I channel that, like, philosophical or existential meaning to myself, to other people, in a way that's, like, accessible and gets them to sit down with something for a longer time? And I don't know, just maybe it's something about, like, mindfulness, or I don't know. Maybe I'm definitely reaching too much to the top shelf with this. A lot of it is just like poop jokes and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that is to say that when I was younger and like I didn't really and I just felt like I was kind of making videos. And I guess this kind of gets back to like the short form, long form stuff. I really didn't feel like I was sitting down with anything and like making what you would call, in quotes, art. And I don't know. I'm thankful that I got to do some of that. Yes, the unforgiving minute. And to just quote Rudyard Kipling obnoxiously and at length. There we go. We're doing a pretty good job avoiding some of these zombies, aren't we? Now, if we get all the way through town, we'll get over to that store, and that's, we could straight bus all the way over to that store. Simulate playing in a patient way. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, at the same time, too, like, I do enjoy distilling some of that. I think we had that kind of patience up until a certain point in the series, but then there oftentimes does come something that's kind of, like, game-breaking. Or, what was I going to say? Yeah, I often find out, like, 3 or 4 videos in, and I often lack the patience in my own time to just, like, do extensive testing, because then I would just poke holes in every idea and never make anything. So that's why we do run into, like, issues like this. But yeah, that is to say. I do feel like a pang of badness when I'm, like, playing the game wrong, though, after all this time. Like, for example, like, we just didn't have beta blockers this time. Like, and that kind of ruined a lot of my shooting. Like, that is true. But at the same time, I don't know, maybe I'm going kind of hard on myself for it. But that is why we continue to play, well, Dwarf Fortress after this. But then, yeah, we'll be back on Zomboid before you know it. I don't know, I've really enjoyed my foray back into the game, and it's been a good time. It is, thank you. I don't know, I feel like it's become kind of a thing unto itself. Now let's go ahead and look at the map, because as you know, we are getting deeper into a very strange city that is winding and confusing, and I think we're getting close. I'm gonna briefly peek at this for a second. Oh, I didn't know where we were. Okay, and we may actually need to make a left, I believe, because, and I'm going to, like, keep moving the van slightly. A god of the van. One might call me VOD. Oh, actually, that's the name of this channel. Whoops, never mind. I am VOD, man. I think it's this row of house. Is it? Sorry, it's not a row of houses. It's a row of homes where people live. Carbo Cat says, have I played Caves of Cut? An excellent game. I have, but it's been a while. What is the goal of this game besides surviving? That's literally it. Just survive. I don't know, have fun with your friends. It's kind of like real life. You make the meaning for yourself, you know what I mean? Like, if the meaning of life is driving a van to an army store and finding hopefully something that won't make the van be destroyed before you get there, then, hey, that's pretty good for me. That's a good meaning of life. Hang on a second, are we getting we are indeed getting closer to the military place. I think we have to make one more left, though, so I don't want to miss that turn. Please, you're being very distracting while I'm driving. How dare you? Nothing like driving a car with other people's, you know, lives at stake while you're, I like to think when we're in the van, like when we're driving a car in any game and we're streaming, like it's me and all, however many of you guys are in this van. I will turn this van around and I will turn all 1,282 of us back to where we started from. We don't have to go to the military store. We could go right back to that river and you could sit down by the riverside. Sit down by the riverside and think about, hang on a second, we are still lost. Oh no, I believe that I am in the right section of town. Hang on a moment. I do actually just want to check out the Project Zomboid map project here for a brief moment. I know that this is not oh, I have actually gone too far, because you know why? Because I am just simply too virtuous of a person. I drove my van beyond where vans needed to be driven. I will turn all of us around with this van. I could probably fit you into this van. You know, I was trying out Authentic Z. I don't believe that it's on in this playthrough, but it's on in my other one. And somebody managed to, or the mod author, I believe it must be that mod, because he created all of these special zombies with extra character. It was exactly the thing I was talking about before. Like, it's been modded into the game. Authentic Z, man. You gotta check out that mod, because there was a clown that was holding a balloon. And this was an important balloon to be carrying, because believe me, hang on a moment, I do need to check that one more time. Just to make sure I'm in the right place. There's a pawn shop right there. I believe that this is... Yes, I know where I am. I'm right by... I happen to be right nearby the adult club, which we'll drive by excitingly in a second. Lots of adults doing adult things in there, like paying their taxes, raising money for charity, and, paying for their car insurance. Yes, we'll drive right by it. Actually, was it right here? Oh, maybe we won't get to see them doing that. Well, regardless, you can just... visions of that amazing place can dance in your head. Hang on a second. Unless if we die amazingly before we get there, of course. Oh, you know what? I think that the van is stalling again, right here in front of... in fun of fun extreme. See what I did there? Rimshot.wav. Oh, God. I haven't been this memey in days. We are actually starting to get, like, frame stutter from the amount of zombies on screen, though. So I take great comfort in that. Look, here we are at almost the adult club, which is, of course, where all the adults hang out. Okay, I am in quite bad shape right now. But at least I can remain calm, of course. At least I can remain calm. Oof. That's why I was trying to say to you that living in a van down by the rivers is somewhat overrated. It's beginning to seem 11.5 out of 11. I could eat... If I had a trophy, I could eat that. Hang on a second. Where is Night Glow? Oh, no. I am slightly farther right of where I meant to go. All right. I'm going to need to just slow my roll here, I suppose. Look, I am actually fit enough to hop a fence. Aren't I an amazing man? Maybe I should start to take some of these pills just for no particular reason. It's okay if I don't render the view too far. Oh, look, this is the hotel where D-Jax tried to kill me that time. That was one of the more exciting days in the life of AA. Also, the money man. Thank you for the other $10. It took me a minute. Ooh, that was not my best idea. Wait, why am I limping? Why am I limping? From getting scratched on the leg? Really? You're limping from that, sir? Hang on a moment. I'll be okay, but I need a minute. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Right here, I'll be okay. Yeah, look, I'm totally fine. I'm completely fine right now. I'm not tired at all. I'm not getting more exerted by the second. I might even have to drop off some of these boxes of APC rounds just in case if someone else needs them, because I certainly don't need them because I'm so strong and not in danger at all. Why do you limp, sir? Fortunately, I have that big Band-Aid that I was talking about a few hours ago. Oh, look. I have given myself a Band-Aid, and I am not limping anymore, because that is how real life works. That is not, sir, how real life works. Have you ever heard of fight or flight response? I'd better leave more of these... whoops, I said APC again. I meant to say ACP. I always think of the armored personnel carrier. I'm fine. A lot of people coming in for the first time. Hey, guys, thank you very much for coming out and checking out the stream while everything is completely under control and I'm all right. Modlist in the YouTube descriptions again. Apologies, there were just too many to put on Twitch in any like tasteful way, so I've just left them for the way that most people will see it. There we go. Is this thing, I believe that the vest has better weight reduction. Well, alas, I mean, here we are. We find ourselves again from my incredible planning skills. You know, should I drop the... No, I don't really want to drop the Spaz 12 just in case. Can everyone just compliment me for a second for how great a job I did planning out this heist of the... which is now... only just now has begun to, admittedly, go a little bit south. And now I am getting tired as well on top of everything. I wonder if I could just sleep on the floor. I don't have any silent weapons, but I might actually be able to do something right here for once. due to this incredible fence. Oh, and it's the Amazon warehouse. I know where I am at last. Hang on a moment.
What great planning. Basically perfect. Only RNG problems.
Yes. The lag, of course, has been a real... a really cruel mistress here, we might say. Are we by the thing that I thought we were near? No, we actually may not. I have no idea where I am again. Oh no, I know exactly where I am. Oh yes, I'm right by it. Fantastic, amazing. However, some things about this situation are not completely amazing, as you can probably tell, those of you who are more astute. Anger Management, thank you very much for the 500 bits. And WeeWis, thank you for the sub. But as long as I remain calm and don't throw down any of my heavy weaponry, which I might have to do in a minute, I'll of course be fine. 10.84, look, now I'm not over encumbered again, and look at how amazingly I'm only moderately exerted. Don't I have quick recovery in this, though? I do believe that I turned that on, because I find that a little obnoxious.
Do you still not use maps in PZ? That is mind-boggling to me.
Sometimes. The one place I do need it is Louisville. Like, because I just haven't played extensively on Louisville. I know where the general layout is, but if I'm trying to get into specifics. Let's reload all of our guns. Or all of our magazines. Oh, fantastic. This is something that we can do while we're walking. What a great idea. I wonder if there's anywhere I can be secret in this section of town. Let me go back the other way, because this way won't work anymore. I'm wondering if I can actually evade them. Hang on a second. Wee woo. Wee woo. Who has better weight reduction? You have 85% weight reduction. What do you have? 90. Okay, everything's going onto my vest. Behold. Math. Oh, it actually can fit onto my vest. Everything's much better off if you store it on your vest. Okay, I'm going to make a crazy attempt to do this now. I don't think that this will work, but I'm going to try it because I think it's the only thing that I really have left. I'm just going to have to get into the... Oh, would you look at that? An amazing office building that I can get lost inside of and hopefully use this here knife. There we go. I mean, the M16 just hold in my hand, and there we go. And look how open that building is. How open that building is, and I am just going to get lost in here. And hopefully I will lose them. Ignore those sounds of them crashing into the glass and breaking everything down, and the sound of me being bit, probably. Let's just keep going higher and hope that nothing goes wrong. Fortunately, that one didn't break through my amazing armor, which was, Here we go. I will take you out, because I don't want you making any noise for when I... It's amazing to have so much tactical gear and to be so horribly prepared. Like, you'd think that someone was not able to acquire this much tactical gear who had this poor planning skills. Come on, there needs to be some sort of comeuppance for this. There we are. Alright, here I'll be in my office. Did I at least remember to turn down memory? One thing that I've found is, I find that the zombies in Project Zomboid tend to have a little bit too good memory. I don't think that they're very zombie-like, so I have started to tweak some of the settings that I think I will do all the time. Like lowering their memory, for example. Oh, I will have to stand over this one. As I speak of... Okay, I'm dead. I'm dead. But I do have an M16. I can go down fighting. It is unloaded. How amazingly unloaded it is. And I think I am actually dead. I am actually dead. Well... Ooh, am I dead? I'm probably bit here, but I don't know if I'm dead. I could jump out the window. I'm gonna do it. Or I'm gonna make my exciting last stand. Do I even have any bullets? Insert the bullets into the freaking magazine. I'm not bit yet. I'm good. I'm gonna go down like... Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go down like a man. Oh, that was exciting. I didn't think that would work out very well. Okay, we can... Well, while we have bullets, we're still alive. No bullets found. Okay, that's very interesting. Yes, victory. Victory for Isengard. Whoever we're fighting for. Okay, now I kind of buy that they would be able to figure out where I am. No, don't bother me. Nope. I wonder if I can actually take out the number that are... I highly doubt that this will work. But, like, as a science experiment, let's try to finish this one off. Go out in a blaze of glory. I don't even have time to check recoil here. Okay, this is actually getting quite immersive now. Guy making a standoff against a bunch of zombies at the top of an office building, actually kind of cornered. That's the gameplay I came for, and this is the reason why, well, reflecting on everything we said before. You know, in a game with emergent gameplay like this, it is exciting when you do get one of these types of experiences. Whose watch alarm is that? That's not authorized. Let me get my Spaz 12. I mean, I'm over encumbered. We're in the amazing town of England, right? Isn't England a city? I believe I get all of my geographical references about reality from Jake Paul videos. I believe that's a city. This thing is cool. Jeez. Okay, I'm just gonna ridiculously load up my inventory right here. Okay, so that I could switch out to the Spaz 12 if need be, and let's actually attach that to the back because it might come down to bullet for bullet here. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it is. It do be that way. I wonder if I mean, I bet you that there's a lot more on the stairs, but... Yep, I'm dead. I'm wondering, what can I still do? What can I still do? What options do I still have left? Have any bullets in here? I don't have any bullets in here left. I do have 5 shotgun shells left. Let's load those up. I can't rack it. I can't rack it. I'm dead. Ah! That was a good way for this one to end. Oh, that was actually one of the cooler Project Zomboid endings I've ever had. Cornered at the top of an office building. I mean, I guess I could have run around outside, but then I just would have exhausted myself. I needed to rest. I wouldn't have been able to do it. That was cool, and that's why, I don't know, maybe now that I've tweaked some of these settings. Anyway, to spoil a surprise, the next series is going to be Horde every night. And I do think it'll be a little bit more interesting to do wave defense. Either that or, I don't know, maybe I'll round up the crew for some more multiplayer. I always think that that's good and interesting. I think that Brita's weapon mod and Brita's armor mods have come a really long way. I know this is kind of like, we didn't... I personally, I think it was worth it for that moment. But yeah, it's going to be... We didn't really get our big loot. But yeah, I guess that is to say, like, a lot of Zomboid just comes down to looting an area. So anytime you do get a moment like that, or a very neat mod gets made, this series was a really good way to just test out some of these things. So that was kind of my hidden goal in the background. I think we pretty much exhausted all the van and the river stuff. So yeah, and I don't know, I feel like I just got to talk a little bit more about where the series come from and stuff like that.